Yes, sir. Welcome to I'm the Breakfast Show, Shep Beats and Konata. And you're in Talk Your Talk. And we're talking about the Nook Nooks.
The box is being outside.
The Thundercats. Actually,
yeah.
we're speaking about responsibility
Yes.
and accountability.
Yes.
And for those of you just listening in, just joining us, there was an incident that happened in the UK a few days ago at a band launch for a band called Island Mass UK. And this lady, this amazing model, went onto the stage and she masqueraded and paraded and portrayed the costume that was designed, and things fell out of place.
The thing about it is, right? From what I see,
I'm not laughing, right?
it's not that things fell out of place. They were out of place. Period.
Right.
Period.
So basically, the Nook Nooks were showing, right? The nether regions were exposed to everybody in the audience.
Yes.
So her knick-knack,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Kids listen to your show. I know kids, people that wake up in the morning
Yes.
with their kids. So, you know,
So a muffin.
hey, darling, it's a muffin.
Muffins. Yeah.
Right? So it was showing, and there was an uproar on social media that people complained. People were like, how could you do this?
Yeah.
And they're talking about the models, that how could you go on stage with your thing outside, la, all these type of things.
Yeah, man.
And then they went on to the band and saying the band, how could they let a model go on stage dressed like this, and the costume malfunction, or the costume isn't a good costume, and a whole lot of things. And then they went into the designer, and whoever this designer is didn't design a good costume. It was a lot of back and forth. And what we noticed when we read these comments was that the mass producer, the mass band rather, in our opinion, didn't really engage with the audience in the right way. They weren't accepting responsibility.
Yeah.
They weren't accountable rather.
Yeah.
For what happened.
Yeah. At first, at least.
At first.
Yes,
Right. So
yes.
so just reiterate what happened. I mean.
Yeah, at first, there was a lot of backlash, as Konata had just said. The audience and the public was like, "Yo, this is outrageous.
Right.
How could they do that?
Mm-hmm.
How could they send this model on stage
boy.
looking like that? They must have known, blah 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 blah, and all this kind of thing." And a lot of the responses was, "We are unable to, check all costumes before they go on stage. We did this. We tried putting on a band launch yourself, and that kind of thing was what was going around online. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is not the right response when you're doing a public service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not personal. You got to take that lash.
The cat's out the bag.
You have to take that. you have to take that lash. You know what I mean? The cat was out the bag, as Konata just said. And if it is, you have to take that lash. You have to be like, you know what? Yo, we got to hold this.
Agreed.
We got to hold this. We got to come out and say, yes, we are responsible. Even if you did do all the checks, even if you didn't do all the checks, you got to come out and be like, you know what? We tried our best. We checked it before model came on stage.
Right.
Even if you didn't, don't come and be like, we can't check all the costumes. Are you joking? Like, that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Speaking of cat out the bag, Felix the Cat was actually one of my favorite cartoons back in the day.
Really? What about Garfield?
Nah, I never liked Garfield.
No?
I find Garfield was a waste of time.
Okay.
Right? So Felix the Cat, and he had a yellow bag.
Yeah.
A magic bag.
Yeah.
He used to pull anything out this bag was. So Felix the Cat with the magic bag was.
Big up yourself, Felix.
Big up yourself, Felix. Felix the Cat. Right? So shout out to the Just Vibe crew. Going on, Mark, was the word.
What up?
Yeah, so all right. So let's get into it. So my thing was, where did this break down? Where was the problem? So first of all, to start with, we have the designer. So the designer made this costume, and he thought, this is great. This is a great idea. Let's do it this way. Boom.
Yeah.
You make a costume, right? So it's just a process when you make a costume. You make a prototype. You put it on a human being, and then you kind of say, nah, that can't work. Let me change it around.
Yeah.
Right? So after you pass that stage and it's like, yeah, this looks good on a human, let me present it to the mass band, and the mass band is like, yeah or nah.
Or not.
Great.
Yeah.
Looks great. cool. Then you move to the next step. You put it on the model that's actually going to model it on the stage, and it's like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
So there are many checks between it getting from your mind into the minds of somebody else. There's a lot that goes in between. So
absolutely.
So where did it break down? I mean,
interesting question.
Where did it break down, Jay? Well, honestly, I feel everybody on that front have a responsibility.
Yes.
Right. Everybody should be accountable for what happened at the end, including the model.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up, because as a designer, it's your responsibility to design something that works. Now, that can be a tenuous kind of thing, because we're talking about creativity.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and this is not just a matter of clothing.
Yeah.
This is a matter of, like, it's a creative design.
Yeah.
And he said, yo, this is my creation, this is my vision, this is my idea. And
yeah.
And not all the time your creations just come out and work in a certain way.
Well, absolutely. And at the moment too, Scandal and Skimpy is selling, right? You know, Scandal and Skimpy as well, they're selling at the moment. You know, people want the least costume, and you know, they want the thong option, and they want string, and they want, you know, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. That may be where the designer was trying to go with it.
Yes,
you know what I mean? However, I think in those regions,
yeah, boy,
you need to be real careful. You know, with the lack of cloth that you're putting down there.
Yeah, boy.
You know what I mean? And I think that, as you said, there was a point when he or she designed it.
Right.
Should have said, will this actually work? Then the band who received this costume saying, yeah, we're gonna let you sell your costume or your section in my band, to say, don't really think that working for us.
Right.
And as you rightly said, then the model got there, put on this costume or whatever the case might be, and then decided, right, it don't really feel right because it can't be fitting right. You know what I mean? When you walk on stage, so it couldn't be fitting right if that happened, right? Well, and then decide, well, I can still go on stage. Continue.
Well, the thing is, right, we're saying that the model should have known, but I was remember, like, yesterday when we were talking about this.
Yes.
We're saying, well, you know, maybe she's not an experienced model.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the case, and as such, may not know that before you get on stage, you have to go through the motions.
Yeah.
Go through your actions, skin up your leg a little bit, see if anything jump up and down a couple times, see if the breast jump out.
Yes.
You know, this is part of the whole process, right?
Yeah.
So
maybe
she was backstage and she put on the costume and she's like, she looked good and it's like, you know, I don't want to move too much. She kind of do a chip thing, but then when she get on stage, and the lights hit the crowd, the camera, the fire.
Lights, camera, action.
Say, I like it, hot. And she started, and she started,
right? And started to wind up.
When you get on stage, you have to sketch a vibe.
Exactly.
You sketch a energy.
That's the thing.
So she gets the vibe. She started to pelt.
Yeah.
Punk started to pelt too. Pops.
You know. Start turning the cogs in my mind, right? The thing about it, right? The thing about it is this, right? Right? And then it goes back to the accountability. And the accountability for me then goes back to the mass band. You understand?
Yeah.
Because we also said wardrobe malfunctions happen all the time. It happened to Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Janet wasn't going out there to show a boob. You know what I mean?
True.
But Janet ended up exposing herself at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this thing happened, but you know, at the end of the day, the mass band has to come forward, or the designer or whatever has to come forward and be like, "Yo, sorry about that. It wasn't our intention."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as I said, it was the responses that were online were in poor taste. You know,
right?
They were in poor taste at first,
right?
And then they released an apology.
Okay.
Later, but that was after all the nitpicking and the petty responses kind of thing. You know what I mean? And getting back at people individually and stuff. You gotta remember that when you have an organization, even though it might be somebody that you know personally and somebody that you don't like personally, you need to respond on behalf of your organization. You know what I mean? And you can't be seen to be getting into these petty comments and conversations and stuff. You know, you have to have a little bit of decorum.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's us. You know, I think that's the word that they use in this day and age, right? You know, like conduct yourself properly.
Right.
You know, issue proper apologies. You know.
Yeah.
Go away, take your heat, think about it, and then come back and respond. You know. But all this, as soon as somebody says something, you gotta be on your keyboard.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Is it keyboard warriors? You know,
yeah, boy.
And people need to understand that, you know, if you're running a business as well,
it's a business.
that you have to, you are accountable for what people see from your business.
Yeah.
Right? So on one hand, so let's forget for a second who did what, modeled this, and let's just get down to the end result. The end result was that the audience, the audience that came to see your product, they weren't happy with your product, right? And you need to decide at that point, do you say, okay, do you address it? And in what way do you address it? Do you say, listen, we made some mistakes here, XYZ is the case, like what you just said, we made some mistakes here, and we apologize, we'll do better next? Or do you say, listen, we actually did everything that we could, and we can't avoid some of these things. Sometimes these things happen. Yeah. Either one of those would have been fine. And I think that companies need to understand that that's the kind of language, because you're spending money. You're taking people's money, not taking, but people are spending money on you and expect a certain level. And if you disappoint your audience, then if you want to keep them, then you need to do things to rectify such situation as it would happen.
Precisely. And it's a call on people that doing any level of production in our industry and the market that we operate in, Konata. Like I find that people operating these things like is a, and I don't want to disrespect, but like is a frivolous business. I was gonna say something, but I don't think
frivolous.
Like people need to understand they're operating real businesses. You know what I mean? And as such, they need to behave like that. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of childishness. Like for example, us as DJs and singers who are artists and whatever, they're unable to take criticism. You know what I mean? Yo, everybody's not gonna like what you do. You know what I mean? Everybody's not gonna say, you did well. Right. Clap for that. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, right? It's so amazing. Oh wow. Hey, thanks.
Right? So when that happens, you have to be able to take it on the chin. Yes. Right? And issue responses or not. Yeah. Because if you can't respond properly, choose to say nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? But all these people that operate in the space that we operate in, and when they get criticized or people say they don't like what they're doing, right, and they feel the need to snap back and issue responses that in poor taste, it is disgraceful. It's like get I will tell you straight, get out the space. It's ego. But in this you can't have that ego. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? You cannot have that ego.
Take that ego and bury it.
Yeah. So it's like, if you can't operate in the heat, then you gotta get out the kitchen. You know what I mean? Yeah, son. You know what I mean? In this case, in this situation,
all I never hear the saying, cat don't like hot water.
Right?
Because I now make it up. That's why you never hear it.
Cat don't like water at all. So that's the thing that I want people to understand. Like everybody not gonna like what you do, and you need to be able to take it on your chin and issue proper responses to the public. Yeah. Because as you rightly said, you're selling a service. Yeah. And you can't be out there behaving as though people are getting it for free. Yeah. So here what Until is saying, everyone is talking about this specific model. But what about if she modeled it and then it was fine because it was made for her body, but she lost weight? What about all the other shape women that buy into the section? It was just a design fit for purpose. It wasn't a design fit for purpose. That was one of the reasons they gave. The model lost weight, and that's why it didn't fit properly. No, yes, that was one of the reasons. Which again, it kind of goes back to. They blame the model. They said it was basically this is saying that it was the model's fault because the model lost weight. Yeah. And no, I would think that when you are doing a band launch, a model, you are going to exercise because for the band launch you want to be in band launch shape, you want to be fit and ready to go. So again, it still goes back to the responsibility of the people producing the show that when they fit this costume on an individual, that they have to understand how it would be represented when they go on stage now. So I still think that yes, it should be fit for purpose, only should be supposed to wear it, but they had a responsibility to decide who's going to put this costume on. Yeah. And you know what, Gil? Claps to you for losing weight if that's what your goal was. Right? Big up yourself for getting your band launch body in our gear. Exactly.
You understand? Don't let nobody tell you. Don't let nobody tell you that you can have a band launch body. That's not what it's about right now. Okay?
Carnival is every day, boo boo. Every day
is mass on the white line.
Right?
Kaboom. Yo, no, but unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
You know, so
look. I said already. The problem that we had was that there was a lot of bogus excuses and defensive excuses coming out of the of the Isle of Mas camp. It was Isle of Mas, so we could say it. You know.
We ain't get no book in there again.
We never did.
Ooh. Transform.
So yeah, man, yeah. You know, bogus excuses and poor taste, accountability. Ultimately, you're responsible for what goes on your stage. It's your band launch. You got to quality assure it. You know what I mean? And if it goes wrong, just put your hand up and say it went wrong. Sorry, you know. That's what we think.
There was someone going to sing about responsibility, but I'll save it for the end.
Yeah, we talking a bit.
Anyway, I'm the Breakfast Show, Shep Beats and Konata. We're in Talk Your Talk, and we're dealing with responsibility and accountability, especially when it comes to companies that are presenting things to the public. You know, who's responsible? Who has the right to say something about it? So keep it locked. We got a few more minutes left in our program, but we're going to wrap it up and play some music first. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.